This is CADSUANE from CADSUANE'S Corner. I'm going to try to do this review of episodes 1 through 4 of The Wheel of Time. This is going to be a very heavy spoiler review for the show and the books. I hope you'll enjoy it. I'll give a brief overview of the first 3 episodes, and then I'll go in depth for the 4th episode. Episode 1 establishes the characters. It gives us the Emmonsfield 5, which is in the books, is called Two Rivers. Well, Emmonsfield is a part of the Two Rivers area. Moraine and Lan, her warder, come to Emmonsfield, and they start asking a lot of questions about the local. Moraine is looking for the Dragon Reborn. When she gets there, she meets 5 people who she thinks it might be. We see her watching Rand, Mat, and Perrin. Also, Egwene. Nynaeve, she thinks maybe a little older than is necessary, but she knows that she's going to be a powerful Aes Sedai. Everyone comes to town to celebrate Beltane, and as they do, as the night goes on, after darkness falls, the Trollx attack. I have several speculations as to why they changed up Perrin's past and also Mat's. I don't understand some of it. In the books, Mat has good parents. His father really is a horse trader. He does have sisters. Mat was mischievous and a prankster, but he wasn't a thief. In the books, Perrin had a very large family. He lost his whole family the night of the attack. Why they put him to kill his own wife, I don't understand. I know they needed him to have a certain amount of guilt for killing 2 white cloaks. And unless they're going to skip the white cloak killing, and this is just going to make up for it so he can have a guilty conscience, then I can understand it, but he didn't have to kill his wife. It could have been a Trollx, or Nynaeve gets taken away by the Trollx. Moraine gathers the 4, Perrin, Mat, Rand, and Egwene, and they take off in order to lead the Trollx away from their hometown. The next episode is a road trip from hell. It begins on a lonely stretch. They clear the white cloaks who have already burned an Aes Sedai at the stake. I really enjoyed the Song of Mithrin. I enjoyed the singing. I wish they would do a full-scale song of that, and I also enjoyed Moraine's explanation of it. And you could see how Mat and the others kind of set up a little straighter once they realized their history. They proceed on to Shadar Logoth. There, they are told to touch nothing. Morgaine is wounded, and Lan is trying to take care of her, not paying the others a whole lot of attention. And of course, they have a tendency to wander. Mat finds a golden dagger with a red ruby, and he keeps it. He doesn't tell anyone he has it. Once he gets it, Mashadar seems to come alive. It separates Rand and Mat from Perrin and Egwene, and they have to take different routes. Rand and Mat run until they find an opening and barely get out in time. They find a log, and they cross the river on a log. Perrin and Egwene jump from the walls into the river, cross it. Perrin's already had his leg licked by one of the wolves, and the wolves follow and chase them to a place of safety. Perrin and Egwene come upon the Tinkers, the traveling people, the people who follow the way of the leaf. They're pacifists. Some people think they're the hippies of the group. They don't believe in carrying weapons, and if they're attacked, they run. Matt and Rand have made it to Breen's Green, to a tavern where they try to work for a place to sleep during the night. While there, they meet Tom Maryland. I really enjoyed the song Tom played. I liked his raspy voice, and I think he'll do a pretty good job of playing Tom Maryland. The good people of Breen Springs have a dead Aiel hanging in a cage. That night, Matt tries to rob the dead Aiel hanging in the cage, and he is brought up by Tom. Tom confronts him. Matt gives him a sob story, which is true. Tom tells him to do what he has to do, and he turns his back and lets him rob the Aiel. But he also tells him that if you're going to rob a man, you should at least bury him, and that was very good of him. Anyway, that gave Tom and Matt a bonding moment. It's changed up from the book. I like that somewhat, how they've changed it up so that Tom bonds with Matt rather than Rand. Matt and Rand meet their first confirmed dark friend, the owner of the tavern. She puts them to work. She has a room set aside for them where nobody can hear in, and she set them up. She's called the Fade. Rand picks up on it. So he bursts down a door that shouldn't be burst open by one person and runs. The dark friend chases Rand down through the streets with his own sword. She has Matt and Rand cornered when they are saved by a blade through her throat coming from Tom. And Tom and the boys take off on another road trip. I think I'll leave Nynaeve's storyline in with episode 4. I'm going to have to cut this short to try to keep it under 15 minutes. I enjoyed the episode. I thought all of 1 through 3 were very good. I understand the changes, most of them, and I understand that the book is the book and the show is the show. And I'm going to enjoy the whole season. And I hope that you and the rest of you out there will enjoy it as well. God bless you. Have a great day. And come back to see Cat Swain at Cat Swain's Corner.